Hey guys, welcome to Crew Life number 11. We haven't been racing, so I haven't been building a whole lot of stuff other than maintenance and trailers and stuff like that. So I thought this one would just be question and answers from the questions I've gotten from the last couple videos. And then we're heading to Gainesville tomorrow morning, and so we'll be there Thursday, get set up on Friday and race this weekend. So hopefully I have a lot more to talk about next week. But first question was from Captain Lucky 23. He asked if the engine uses oil or makes oil. Not really makes oil, but when I drain the oil, is it the same come out that I put in, or more or less if it burned it? It doesn't burn any oil to speak of. The volume's a little bit more when we drain it out, and that's mainly because it's diluted with nitro. We're running so much nitromethane through this thing, it pushes past and it gets diluted that way. So it's a little bit more volume when it comes out. Dennis Chillick, he asked if the head gaskets are reusable. They get inspected after every pass, and they are reusable. If they're within spec, we'll run them again. Generally, we can get 2, 3, sometimes even 4 passes out of a head gasket, but that's about the limit. 3 to 4 is when they're done. Anthony Whitfield, he asked what rings do we use, and so did Parker McGuire. We run a Mall ring, and if you can see this, it's even stamped with nitro on it, and they are a barrel face ring, hard. I don't know the material that it's made out of. I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. They are super hard. They're an 062. The top ring and the second ring are the exact same ring, and they also asked if we use them more than once. Top rings get used once, they get rotated down to the second if they pass inspection, and we can reuse them a second time as a second ring. And they are real simple, but they work really well for our application. Eric Huff asked what was the lubricant, or what was I putting on the main studs. That's something we affectionately call peanut butter, and that's why it looks like peanut butter. It is Detroit diesel compound number 2, basically, and we use that on almost anything that you torque above 100 foot-pounds. So we put it on all the main studs, put it on all the head studs, put it on pretty much anything that we want an accurate torque spec on. So it's used in flying around the pit everywhere. Parker McGuire also asked about piston sets, like if they're set up by weight or piston clearance, stuff like that. We run pretty big clearances on all this stuff, plus it's kind of made for us, so we don't check piston clearance on every rack that goes in the motor by any means. And they're set up, the piston sets are set by height, not weight. It's all the pistons and rods and stuff weigh real similar. We're not gramming these things out at all. What we do is John Rep is our racks guy. He goes in and measures the piston to make sure we start to dish the top of the flat top piston over a few runs, and the rods actually get shorter after a few runs. Instead of stretching an aluminum rod, we shrink the aluminum rod because we create so much pressure. So he's measuring that, and then he sets up racks according to how big and how tall they are. So if they're a -1 rack, they're 1 under standard. -2, -3, we'll go to about a -4, -5, and then they're out of service. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. Like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Like I say, it is Tuesday evening. We're heading to Gainesville in the morning. We'll start heading that way. We'll get there on Thursday, get everything set up on Friday, and do some racing this weekend. So hopefully we'll have some better content for you next week with what happens. Hopefully, Gator Wally wouldn't be a bad way to help this 2020 COVID year. Anyways, thanks again. Appreciate y'all.